I'm going to say no, pick up, continue travel, same direction, right here, beautiful, same direction, beautiful. So I'm not going to right away put him in this corner, I'm just going to practice a little bit far away from that, and after that's, I just give you example right now how we're going to develop confidence in the future with all scary objects and everything else. So we're going to use methods that have to be useful. These methods not useless. So we're not just staying in the middle of the arena and running horse from the side to side. Beautiful. And I'm going to say, please travel right here and develop this. Develop this confidence in this corner. Now change direction. And he have to travel around me. I don't have to chasing him. Very nice, beautiful. Right here, beautiful. Pay attention to this rope. That's a confidence right now. And I'm gonna say stop. Can you stop and stay still in this corner and relax? So when he travel around me and rope soft, it's mean mentally it's a confidence develop. That's stress relief, chewing and lick. Hello guys, Russ, Krachun here, and we're having Stetson today, and I continue sharing with you Stetson progress of his education in the foundation education, and in the previous videos I shared with the methods how Stetson accomplished discover philosophy and methodology in the round pen. And we develop balance, coordination, and communication, body language, energy. So horse learn all this education and communication between me and the horse. So this methodology will gonna help horse mentally to understand second level. That's what we're starting actually, second level in hand communication. So we actually connect to our horse with halter and rope. I'm gonna start to educate, to develop flexibility in the horse body, neck, shoulders, rib cage, hind quarters. So horse truly develops this flexibility first of all on his body before we're gonna start to educate horse to travel forward motion, left and right direction, teach him to stop, stay still, or change in direction, and travel on different speed, walk, trot, and lope. So I'm gonna continue sharing with you on this video all steps what actually Stetson learned on in-hand communication from the second level. So when he understands my body language, my voice command, my energy, and understand all those movements and how to stay still and change direction, travel in the speed I desire from them, and extend in touch, and etc. Then I open the space and I'm gonna connect. I remove the walls of the round pen and I connect to my horse with horsemanship halter and horsemanship rope. And all communication between me and my horse will be through my hands because it's gonna be all body language. And I'm gonna use my rope and send this rope with my energy, and I'm gonna share this in the future, for the cue for the horse, so he can move left, right, or stay still, or travel on the speed I desire from the horse. So that's why I call this in-hand communication. So idea behind in-hand communication, why I have to educate horse in-hand communication. Because after in-hand communication, we're going to develop confidence and solid mind. So horse have to go through the obstacles, accept scary object coming towards him, away from him, loud sounds. Because we're gonna ride a horse, we have to be very safe with our horse. And horse have to control his emotions. So I have to send horses from the one obstacle to another obstacle, from the tarp to the bridge to the water, right through these obstacles, walk towards the flag, doing hand communication with flag. So if horse truly not understand travel forward motion, Then I have to apply physical pressure on the horse hindquarters to make him travel forward by swinging the rope or apply the pressure with the other tools. So what's happened when he's going to have in front of him, he's going to have a scary object, say for example log or tarp or cardboard box, and he have to go between narrow situations. He not understand forward motion. Then you have to apply physical pressure on the horse body. It's mean on his brain. So he's going to concentrate mentally on this pressure. Plus you have to concentrate on this scary object. So that's why horse is very up, going sideways and pulling away till finally they decide I better submit to that because it's going to be added all the time pressure and it's going to be discomfort. So my goal, that's why in hand communication, truly wants to develop so horse understand to travel, change direction with my body language and voice command. So very consistent. So when I'm going to put obstacles in front of him, then he understands already travel. And I'm going to graduate, till finally I'm going to go through this obstacle. I'm not going to ride the way, make him through the obstacle, travel through the obstacle, because again, it's not fair mentally to the animal. So if without around pen education, that's not impossible to finish in hand communication. Again, we're going to start to apply physical pressure with rope or other tool. And I explain all the time and share the methods have to connect. On any sport in the life, basketball, football, soccer, fencing, hockey, it exists foundation methods and steps what connect to each other to get to the final performance movement. So before I'm going to start to educate horse, why I share with you all this stuff? Because these horses, that's a versatility horses, and I offer them for sale. So you can truly understand how horse was educated and understand philosophy and methods behind. So you truly see how horse perform, how horse act, how he fall apart mentally, so if this is the right horse for you. So that's the whole idea. And my idea to actually educate very well educated riding horses, or horses very well understand the human on the ground, to understand quality educated horses. That's why I spend so much time, so my clients will truly enjoy the animal in a show ring or just enjoy as a horse enthusiastic to ride with horses in a yard or just trail ride. Beautiful. So I'm strong believer before we have to educate the horse travel in the forward motion, a strong believer on the flexibility in the neck muscle. Because neck muscle connected to the shoulders, rib cage, and the hindquarters. And if he's going to be stiff in the neck muscle, the whole body going to be stiff. And when horse is going to travel around you, you're going to just have 2x4 running around you. Your elbow's going to hurt, your finger's going to hurt, your neck going to hurt. I've done all this in my life. So flexibility of the neck muscle, I actually learned from Francois Boucher. You know, all the time this reminds us, there's a French horseman who invented dressage riding. But he developed flexibility with pressure and release. And I took my knowledge from my sport, and I realized pressure and release is just discomfort and aggravation till animal will give you neck, shoulders, rib cage, or hindquarters. But can you actually, with pressure and release, develop muscle memory? I ask myself. It is not possible. If it's possible to develop flexibility in the horse muscle, so human with pressure and release, that's not possible. So what actually developed flexibility in the muscle, human or animal? Physical movements, physical exercise, and increasing timing and the physical exercises. That's simple. Again, I share with you because I truly want to understand how this animal was educated. That's very, very important for me. So first of all, I'm going to show you a couple steps, couple exercises, flexibility exercises before I'm going to ask Stetson to move and do all these movements when I'm going to reconnect with him. So we're gonna develop flexibility in the right neck muscle. When I pick up the rein and pull towards the withers, horse have to flex his right neck muscle and keep the shape for a long period of time, and I'm gonna increase timing on the physical exercise till he will gonna keep the shape for a long period of time and be relaxed mentally and use his full potential of his physical abilities. If I just say, for example, pick up the horse neck and he gonna give me and release, give me and release, give me and release, that's what only horse will gonna learn. He gonna learn only give this nose and release this nose, but he actually will not gonna develop flexibility of the neck muscle and keep muscle for a long period of time flexible. And we're gonna change our rope. And Stetson, he's a cow-bred horse. He's a very, very sensitive boy, and he's very reactive. That's his breeding, but he has incredible, incredible physical abilities. Nothing hard for him. Right here, increasing timing, increasing timing, increasing timing. Beautiful. And we're gonna go back again to the side. Actually, reality, the way how I'm going to share with you this in this video what he knows, I'm going to use exactly the same, like just like a regular day of education, but it's going to be just highlights. So it's not going to be completely explanation. If you want to learn explanation much more, I explain in Academy, in True Grit Academy, method by method, how to use flexibility in neck muscle. And again, right here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And one more time. You actually can teach this with belt twine. You don't need it's not about pressure. It's about timing, about physical movement. Right here and release. Beautiful. Let him relax. Let him stay still and relax. Very good, baby. Very good. You done very good, boy. So now we're going to start to develop flexibility of the Stetson neck muscle from the opposite side, and it's very important this education, because a lot of time when you're staying beside the horse and horse develop confidence and horse memorize, actually mentally memorize when you're staying beside the horse and you pick up this rein, this horsemanship rope, horse accepts this cue because he's much more confident you staying beside him, and he understands you staying actually beside him, and you pull and he accepts this cue. But when you start to pick up the rein from the opposite side and start to pull, a lot of time when the young horses, they start to learn there, they start to move hindquarters, they cannot stay still. So, and this problem can actually transfer in the future when you're going to mount a horse, because when you're going to mount a horse, you're not going to stay beside the horse. You're going to be on top of the horse, and you're going to pull on your rein from the left and right side of the horse, and horse going to be confused, going to start to move hips left and right direction, and after going to start to run forward, and etc. So it's very important also to develop flexibility from the opposite side when you're staying of the horse. Right now, I would like to share with you some tip how to pick up the rein when you're staying in the opposite side, because I struggle a lot myself, and I pick up like this, like you can see in this video. I just pulling up this rein, and horse was confused because the way confused of my cue, because the way how a rope halter design, pressure going under the chin, not from the side of the horse face, and horse confused. So I suggest you hold your reins when you stand from the opposite side of the horse, same like you sitting on top of the horse. Slide, pick up sideways, and go towards the withers. And for horse, it's going to be much easier to understand this cue and respond to this cue and flex his neck without frustration. So next exercise, we're going to teach Stetson to move hips left and right direction, to flex this rib cage and move the hips left and right direction. It's very important to understand I'm not putting rope behind the horse hindquarters and gonna start to pull on the rope so he can move direction, hips left and right direction. You can see my rope gonna be actually, when I'm gonna flex the horse, my rope gonna be actually on his back, and he gonna change hips only because of my body language, because I'm changing my position of body language and using my voice command. So what I'm actually doing in this exercise, I engage in connecting flexibility, combine exercises, and connecting muscles of the rib cage, neck, and hindquarters together, so he can learn to be, first of all, flex, after move the hips on his own, come back and be flex again. When you're gonna start to apply this exercise, you can feel how deep and how large actually horse using the rib cage and hindquarters to step away from you and move his hips left or right direction. Why Stetson changing hips? Why he moving hips left and right direction? Not because I pulling in his face. Again, I come back and explain again. I'm staying first of all beside the shoulders when I ask him to be flexible. He using his neck muscle. After I changing my position, I going towards the hindquarters because he can see me. I'm staying beside his shoulders. When I change in my position, he understands something changed, and in a plus I using my voice command, so he have to change position of his body, and only one option for him to change position of his body, that's moving rib cage and disengage hindquarters, because if you're gonna start to travel forward, he's gonna flip backwards. So horse actually mentally understand a feel of the rope and using his physical ability of his neck and on his own learning how to change the hips without pressing or applying physical pressure on his hips, using the same time flexibility of his neck. So next step, we're going to teach him to actually travel in the forward motion, and to use this neck muscle on the forward motion. What I'm going to show you right now, that's already final result. Stetson know already how to be flexible, keep the shape, and travel in the forward motion. Again, I'm going to come back again to François Boucher. François Boucher invented bridle work methodology. If you read all books, you will understand that. It was just not marketed this way because it was marketing. But François Boucher educated this with dressage whip. He applied physical pressure on the horse hips and drive horse forward to the beat to bend the neck. And I completely disagree with that, and I'm going to explain you why. Don't think I'm against the horseman. I take my hat for any horseman in the world because they're working very hard to find ways. But we're learning from them and trying to be better. So they will have less stress on their education. So for François Boucher, he drive the horse with dressage whip forward. And I done this in my life. And horses go sideways, forward, very up, go against you, push to escape from this because it's discomfortable for them. So that's why I took education from the round pen. He done very well on walk. We're going to ask him pick up the trot. And again, slowly. Do not just start to apply a lot of energy. Just slowly pick up and ask him to trot. So when I ask him to trot and I stay in the middle, he also have to travel on the trot around me consistently. Not lean inside, not lean outside. He have to continue travel around me. Very nice, beautiful. We can slow down him a little bit and say Stetson, a little bit slower right here. Beautiful. Don't speed up. Travel consistent and consistently forward motion with body language and voice command. And if you develop flexibility of the neck muscle and stay still with physical exercises without pressure and release, and horse understand how to travel forward motion, you can, beside you, You're going to see this in the future. I'm going to show you. Then horse will not going to be stressed, because when horse stress, you apply physical pressure, muscle tense. That's why they're pushing against it till they have to escape. They have the way they're looking for a release of the pressure. Reality pressure and release, that's a fear. Till animal will gonna submit, but it exists different ways. So again, if I'm gonna pick up, you see right now, we're not gonna say please be flexible, stay still. And now I'm gonna say travel forward motion. So he travel forward motion and keep the shape and travel forward motion. And it's a baby step for the animal. Because after we're going to take these methods to bridle work methodology, and horse have to, you see, that's a muscle memory. Again, right here, forward motion, continue travel, hold the shape, 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 mistake, forward motion, hold the shape, hold the shape, and stop right here. Beautiful. Let them stay still and relax, and we're going to change the sides again. Again, pick up. Beautiful. My body language right now towards his shoulders. My hand holding reins towards the withers. You have to travel forward motion. Right here, forward motion. And stop right here. Beautiful. So I prepare him from the young age already to develop this flexibility in the neck muscle and travel in forward motion. Give him opportunity. Again, forward motion, mistake. Continue travel. Right here. Continue travel. And stop right here. And one more time. And we're going to stop and go to different exercise. Right here, pick up, first one flex. Continue travel. Continue travel. Continue travel. Continue travel. Forward motion. Continue travel. And stop. Very good. Beautiful. One more time. Pick up. Forward motion. Forward motion. Forward motion. Forward motion. And stop. Right here. Beautiful. Because if I again gonna apply physical pressure in the hip, then neck's gonna tense because you're gonna be worried and scared about this pressure. So again, my body language, we're gonna change. When you educate, it's just patience, patient, patient, till you're gonna understand. They truly have to understand an energy and voice command. I come back and explain again. So again, first of all, flex, hips, flex. So I am fanatic of the flexibility in the horse neck body. I don't ride horses through the horse mouth with pressure and release. I ride horse or educate horse on the ground through his muscles and his brain to truly develop him as an athlete and any physical movement. Again, I'm going to pick up, first of all, flex. Now I'm going to change my position and said move the hip, not because I pull on his face. Move the hip, now stop, my body stop, he stop, and I'm going to say please be flexible. Again, and release. Let him relax, and again, be flexible, hip, 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 and again, be flexible. Right here, and be flexible. And we're going to change the sides. Right here, flexible first, patience. We cannot right away flex and move the hip because the two completely different cues, two different physical movements. You have to understand difference between them. If you want to just flex and move the hips at the same time, it's going to be a just disaster. Horse not understand differences. Again, flex first, hips, and when you educate, you flex, stay still for a couple seconds, 10, 20 seconds, and after come back again to these hips. And again, flex. Right here, and release. And again, can I have my roll back, please? Right here, again. Flex first, now flex. Right here. And you can find one side much stiffer than another side and not much consistent like other side. So it's just foundation education. That's why I'm sharing with you so you can see how they're progressing, how they control emotionally and mentally. Right here, beautiful, very nice. I truly cannot wait to ride this horse and teach him to be a performance horse. He has so much talent, it's just unbelievable. I can already, by using these exercises and develop this, you actually already can tell a lot about the horse. Right here, right here, right here, right here, right here, beautiful, and come back to flex. Very nice, baby, very good. So last flexible exercise we're gonna apply with Stetson. We're actually gonna combine all steps that we accomplished previously. We're gonna combine them together. So we're gonna ask Stetson flex, go. That's very hard for horse to learn, to keep the neck muscle and immediately travel in forward motion. Because a lot of horses they can travel in forward motion and after be flex. And when you're asking the horse be flex and travel in forward motion, they're raising head up in the air, throwing shoulders up, leaning inside and outside. So from young age, I teaching them to be flexible, keep shape, travel in forward motion, disengage the hind quarters because I changing my body, not because my body position, not because I'm pulling in their face. Stop, again be flexible, and again travel in forward motion, and again keep shape in the same time. So everything we broke on the small pieces and educate from the round pen education. First of all, forward motion, after flexibility and stay still, and combine everything in the forward motions with flexibility. You're gonna ask me, Russ, why you apply so much flexibility in the horse body and you care so much about flexibility in the horse body? Well, I'll give you an example. Say, for example, you want to teach your horse to change the lead or back up and not lean inside left and right direction. You're not gonna press just with your legs. You have to communicate through the shoulders, through the hind quarters, through the rib cage. Each body part and muscle of the body, of the horse body hip, have to be very flexible, and you can communicate and develop in the horse muscles and mental ability, so horse can move from the reins and from the legs. But if horse gonna be stiff, horse will never gonna respond to you. We're gonna ride just a stiff horse, and that's all. So it's very important for me to finish first of flexibility of the horse muscles, develop muscle memory, and after transfer to the final performance movement. And that's why I start from the young age to educate horses first of all in the ground, be flexible, and often transfer this education to the saddle.